gonna see more on the DPS damage right now. We're seeing here it's gonna be Zushin with a magic DPS damage, while the Hayabusa deals the physical DPS damage. And here we go, Abstract, the start of our match between Flash SG and Absolute Zero, game 1.
Oh, looks like Team Flash, they are going for a fast 3 kind of gameplay, whereas what they're doing is they're going to put Hayabusa into the orange buff while they let the roamer clear the purple buff and get the head start so that the Hayabusa can get level 3 in an instant and in a blink of an eye.
Yeah.
That way, level 4 so much faster and they will be able to apply more pressure.
Yeah, they need this one actually. They have the mobility to do so as well. But so far with the lineup coming in from Absolute Zero, they must not underestimate this composition. They are very scary as well in the early stage.
Ouch, that is actually quite a lot of damage coming from Bougie, but not too big of a deal. It is a Hayabusa regardless, and he should be getting his level 4 soon. But looks like the rotation coming from Hayabusa is slightly different from what I was expecting, possibly because Team Flash understood that, okay, given the bear was already killed, that means that we are expecting oh, hold on a second, middle lane, Hades! Picks up a kill onto Bougie.
Oh, this is what you want. Again, you need Hades to be fully online here as early as possible, especially when you shut down this kind of composition coming in from Absolute Zero. Controlling the early stage of the game is going to be difficult here for AZ to bounce back, and it's now what we see from Flash SG. They want to go into this route. They want to control the early game, and with this, they need to be very aggressive.
As such, I do believe that we are going to be expecting a small little fight over here.
Oh.
And Vendetta just going to be joining in together with Rapidude. Both of them receiving a little bit too much damage, as we do have a quick little pickup coming in from the side of Curtizi. They're all about half HP, but should be pretty much fine because they do have Rapidude as the Mathilda. Good little passive healing all the way through, while JPL suffers a little bit too much damage during that small little poke session. While Cannon continues onward with double Infernal Pursuit. What? Crazy amount of damage! What was that, Can? Constantly just slamming all the way down. Yet another slam, and brings none down.
Oh, that's a bonus as well for you. And look at Ken. This EXP laner coming in from Flash SG once again, showing his dominance. Again, the comfort pick up that Phobius. He's just wrecking havoc. And look at his team fight once again here. And the turtle, just so much space been given. And this is not on the alpha. Cannot do anything.
Oh, what a mistake from my Absolute Zero. It's all about the positioning that really enabled that Phobius. You need to respect the damage coming in from Infernal Pursuit. Initially, like me, I didn't respect that. I thought that, hey, look, they don't have enough damage, blah, blah, blah. But Phobius actually does have a crazy amount of damage, especially if you have 3% clumped in.
Correct.
You actually eat the Astaros' eye, then 3 Infernal Pursuits down your way, half HP, gone.
Give credit as well to JPL there for his counter-attack. We have seen Absolute Zero forcing this team fight time and time again, but JPL is pretty much ready on his title strikes, just cutting off this combo coming in from the side of Absolute Zero.
And with the Tsunami slam down to Salas, and even with the Zaman Force drop down, Salas did not go down. So he's gonna be okay for now, but a small little change in the tempo from Absolute Zero as they divergent up top, but did not catch anyone.
This is unfortunate for them, and Flash SG taking advantage here to take that purple buff, and Absolute Zero miscalculating that skirmish play, that surprise attack,
Good
and
macro.
Flash SG managed to go back away.
Very good macro. Team Flash immediately realized that all 4 teleported back up. That means that the rest of the map is open and available for the picking. Purple buff completely undefended, and that's a free.
Wow, this is Absolute Zero right now with this composition. I'm really expecting them to have this more kills against Flash SG, but they are now going into this turtle. They must have a win in this team fight.
And now Nan, he still have got a Spear of Alpha, jumps himself right onto Curtizi, but did not deal any damage whatsoever. As such, Hades with the OG Shadow Kill brings Nan down, with the rest of Absolute Zero unable to take this fight against the turtle anymore.
That's gonna be unfortunate here for the side of Absolute Zero, and Nan was really, in the middle of the battlefield, but look at this one.
It's okay, it's
okay.
It's all
Saved.
fine.
Saved by the escape there. And Absolute Zero, Vendetta, is going to go for a vision game here. Meanwhile, on the bot side, Salas doing his best here to go for the split push.
As now I believe that Vendetta is going to be in a really tough spot, as this is going to be a free Inferno Pursuit, but did not land it.
Okay, but here, non-stop action on the top side with Spear of Alpha, try to go back away. And this aggression coming in from Flash SG, they're feeling it. Okay, there's going to be a circling eagle who's been used here.
Unfortunate. JPL got himself away by just a hair. I gotta have to say that Absolute Zero, they are missing out on a lot of opportunities as such. That means that they have a lot of wasted movement. But speaking of damage, oh wait, diversion away. They're gonna be fine. Oh, maybe not. We still got a kill in favor of Katisi. Now Vanek takes the opportunity of a diversion play up north. Gives Vanek a kill.
Oh, this is Flash SG's destruction here against Absolute Zero. What is that damage? Hades with a shadow kill. I did not expect that one, Abstract. And now it is Flash SG here. Just continue to dominate all lanes. Not a single turret here been secured by Absolute Zero. Now, we have to talk about this composition, right? The early game dominance. Absolute Zero has the early game damage as well, but they have been fended off.
And now the Ogi Shadow Kill dealing bulk of the damage onto the Matilda. She can no longer enter the fight anymore. But we do have the Summer Force that's going to be coming in with a Dark Wave connects onto two. Ken continues being the monolith of a Flash SG. Ken is unstoppable here on his Phobius. He alone zones everyone in the side of Absolute Zero. Meanwhile, Hades' damage on his Hayabusa is just insane as well. Absolute Zero, no answers yet at this moment in time. Meanwhile, Flash SG controlling the game. Turret after turret here being secured and map getting smaller for Absolute Zero. There's no problems for Flash SG to take control and take the reins of Absolute Zero's jungle. There is nothing that Absolute Zero can do. Where's the damage? This is the problem when it comes down to their lineup, is that they don't have a very efficient front line to zone and to open up the map. They leave it all to Vendetta, and they leave it all over to Nan as well. As we recall, Gatakacha is of course a counter-engage hero. So just sending a Vendetta in to open up the map is definitely going to be a little bit tough. At least you can run away with the Avatar of the Guardian or with the Guiding Winds. Not too bad, but you enter a fight with less than half HP left, and that's not going to help the Gatakacha at all.
At this moment in time here, it's going to be difficult already to pull through the basic combo from Absolute Zero, just because if you go for the Spear of Alpha here, the team members coming in from Flash SG can now just mitigate the damage, especially with, we've seen how Ken simple ultimate there, zoning out everyone, plus Vanek, Zaman Force. He's unstoppable in that team fight. He shines on this kind of situation, in this kind of scenarios as well. And so far, Bougie, on his diversions, always known by the side of Flash HD. They just countered the macro plays here, the cross-map plays from the side of Absolute Zero.
We're currently 8 minutes into this game with close to 10,000 gold lead in favor of Flash. This is actually a very crazy lead. Remember when we talk about a very micro-intensive region such as Indonesia as well as Malaysia, one of their main win conditions is to hit 10,000 goal lead in 10 minutes. Now we're looking at close to 10,000 in 8 minutes. So this is going to be one heck of a game. Team Flash, it is very unlikely for them to throw this game unless Absolute Zero puts up an absolute defense.
Yeah, they need to have some miracle plays here, but so far we've seen that Vendetta trying his best to initiate team fight. Same thing here with Nan as well, but to no avail. The movement or the movements coming in from the side of Flash SG, just avoiding such scenarios to be in the favor for the side of Absolute Zero. They just know how to position themselves away for such team fight heavy composition coming in from Absolute Zero.
We got a pretty good macro play from Team Flash as well, as they put up a heavy lane up to the northern side, in fact setting up for a slow push. Absolute Zero are forced to respond to that lane, and this allows all of Flash SG to focus all of their resources down in the bottom lane to get a free Lord.
Again, we've seen that Vendetta tried his best to pick up JPL here, but to no avail, and JPL is just playing against them here. Now it's been caught off guard by the Spear of Alpha.
Oh, So unfortunately, he went down throughout the entire ordeal. There is a lot that will be marching up to the northern side, so this should be more than enough for them to bring down this T2 turret in the middle lane. I wouldn't expect too much about taking any form of inhibitors.
Yeah, 4v5 situation right now. I think this is the best scenario that Absolute Zero can have, but they're still waiting for the Lord to actually push here. They need to force this team fight, but instead it is actually Flash SG fending them off. Unfortunately for Absolute Zero, still no answers here for the aggression that Flash SG have.
As the Lord now slowly marching over to Absolute Zero's base. The T2 now under siege and destroyed. Absolute Zero dealt with the Lord. They do have an alpha, so they're not too afraid about dealing enough damage.
Okay.
That is going to be the Tsunami Slam, just going to be executed coming from JPL, pulling Nan all the way to the hearts of Flash SG, putting him down almost immediately, but the Ogi Shadow Kill tells a crazy amount of damage over to Salas as well as Vendetta.
And without Nan, they really lack the damage indeed to deal against Flash SG. It was JPL's job always to isolate Nan in the team fight. Without him right now, it opens up for another siege here for the side of Flash SG. Will they be able to defend over the side of Absolute Zero?
Another one of the Tsunami Slam connected down to Bougie for Katizi to pick up a free kill. Ken, unfortunately, is going to be the next one onto the chopping block, while the rest of Absolute Zero follows down over the middle lane, allowing Hades to actually himself up to the top lane to take a free turret, while the Ogi Shadow Kill goes crazy on a Maniac Spree onto Nan. Double kill picked up coming from Vanix, and they are going to be making full use of this single Ballista to try to end this game as soon as possible, as Rapidude have got no way to clear this Ballista. This is 3-man from Flash SG trying to knock down the core.
That was fast.
That was fast.
That was fast. But now, do or die situation for them here. But again, lower bracket is there. But if you are Absolute Zero, you want to win.
You want to win, but
you want to win.
Oh man, did I? Break this down for me a little bit.
Yeah.
What am I seeing here?
I love the shutdown against the Salas hero composition here. They have taken away all the comfort picks against Salas, and they're going in for this Brody. For me, again, I mentioned a while ago, it's kind of doubting this pick right now, but this is the best what you get here. But JPL right now on the roam, as expected, they need to be very aggressive here, especially with Kartizi on the Zushin. They want to cut off any breathing space here. Rapidude once again on this Matilda, having a great combo on that Naruto right now on that Lucas. I think both teams have their own play style, but again, for me, the only thing I didn't expect to be picked on the side of Absolute Zero is Salas Brody.
So now what I'm looking at is that Team Flash is effectively splitting out the map into half, right? It's a horizontal line across the map instead of a diagonal line. They put up quite a bit of a proxy game. They even tried to invade the opponent's jungle and apply a little bit of pressure down onto Rapidude. So now, even down to the bottom lane, as you can see, Nan is having a little bit of difficulty, but at least there's still the guiding wind to put Nan in a safer spot.
Wow, this is great aggression here we're seeing for Flash SG. It opens up a lot of space for them to actually control the early game tempo. But meanwhile here on the top side, all is silent here between these two. But having this Phoveus into the hands of Absolute Zero, this is a big win when it comes to the matchup against Ken.
So at this point in time, even though Team Flash is extremely aggressive, they haven't really quite found any opportunity just yet. JPL is here at level 3, he's taking quite a bit of hits, but shouldn't be too big a problem. Hades joins into the fray with a quick little arrow coming from Susano, but still nothing. It's all just poke and prod.
But Flash SG securing this turtle pit all around here with the JPL having the vision. And actually, Absolute Zero is trying to force the fight here, but Nan is still going for this purple buff. I think it's going to be too late.
Torn apart a memory. Not going to enough to bring Vanix down, unfortunately. But in the meantime, we do have the turtle picked up by Team Flash. That would mean that we have quite a bit of shields coming up for Team Flash in order for them to play a little bit more aggressive, which is something that they absolutely needed since they want to invade.
Yeah, I think Salas right now will be very wary on his situation. Without the flicker right now, he's very vulnerable as well with Flash SG's composition. they can dive. Actually, they can dive here, waiting for the right moment to pounce in. That's why we've seen Rapidots trying to defend the gold lane here at this moment.
Oh my goodness, JPL,
He's everywhere.
He is so disrespectful. Just walk right in the face of Bougie, and he's like, what do I do?
Oh, there you go.
There we go. Ooh, the Raging Sandstorm lands right on top of the Brody, picks him down, and this is going to spiral out of control as Nan goes into beast mode. Even though he did manage to get a kill down the Kha'Zix, he will lose his life as well. Bougie currently fleeing for his life away from JPL, and what JPL have decided to do is just walk into the turret's range and go for the quick sand guard so that he will be able to tank the turret, allowing Hades to dive. But that didn't happen.
Yeah, it didn't happen, but there's non-stop aggression
the
here.
sun lands on top onto Salas, but it's okay. He still managed to get himself a running away with the guiding wind.
It's really difficult here for Absolute Zero. Now, without the flicker for the side of the Brody, he's much exposed right now. It's what Flash SG is trying to do. They want to shut down this gold lane right now, and it will give Vanix the moments or the space he needed to scale into this game. Again, Salas here is one of the key players for the side of Absolute Zero to scale into this game, but right now, Flash SG, non-stop aggression, want to give a vision all around across the map, but this is going to be the time for Absolute Zero to go for the pick themselves here, trying to converge on the top side.
To get a 2,000 goal lead in the laning phase is great, as now we move on over to Absolute Zero, trying to apply a little bit more pressure onto Flash, but they dealt all the damage onto Ken. Doesn't mean anything at all, because now Ken is back full damn health.
Oh, look at Vanix. He's trying to go for the pressure in the mid lane as well. They're trying to prioritize this turtle buff. It's going to be a mayhem here.
It's going to be a 5v4 fight right now. Hades jumps over to Vendetta, but Vendetta doesn't seem like he's going to be faced at all. As go for the pursuit. None goes down. Hades goes down as well. That is, both of the junglers has already been taken away. But unfortunately, Vendetta is a little bit far too deep in and have no choice but to fight to the death.
Oh man, JPL trying to fend off everyone here. Doesn't care! He doesn't care. The disrespectful, that's what you have mentioned here, Abstract. It still survived. Just absorbing all the damage. And now the turret here in the middle lane will be exposed as well.
That is
Flash
actually a pretty big IQ play from the side of JPL.
Oh, you.
Not only is it just a disrespectful move, but it freezes the lane in the middle lane just so that the creeps can go far in enough so that they don't hang around by the edge of the turret. This way, they have good ways to bring down the T1 turret in the middle lane, and this opens up so much possibilities to what Team Flash can do in the opponent's jungle.
And man, even though they're going to go for Ken.
Oh no! Another in for the pursuit. Oh, never mind. Total memory breaks him down.
And now that's going to be Ken being taken down, going for the push here on the bot side. But look at JPL constantly just scouting the enemy here with Bougie having difficulty to go for his skill shots.
No more mana at this point.
Oh my.
But look at this. Absolute Zero focus down onto the bottom lane. They managed to get a single kill on over to Vanix and also bring down the T1 turret. But at least they did manage to go for a retrade up to the top lane. Trade at the top lane. So there's one T1 and the T2 is about to go down as well.
Two turtles already been secured here for Flash SG. They're looking for their third one also. But Absolute Zero here, under 7-minute mark, out of turrets here, has been secured already by Flash SG. Now they're going to go in for this turtle contest. They have converged here in the middle lane, but will they force this team fight though? Because JPL is just giving so much information here in the Vision game.
That's his thing. He's annoying in the face of many teams because what he does is he tried to Raging Sandstorm out of that, but it worked out too well, huh?
I remember all the support players out there. If you die, it's just space created.
Yes, space created.
Space created.
Got the turtle, didn't they?
Yeah, correct.
They got it.
That's the reason, guys.
If not for his death, he's not a free turtle.
That's always the reason of support players, and I can relate. Space created indeed. So 3 turtles been secured here from the side of Flash SG.
Saving
but
your own ass, huh, Mr. Tigro?
But man, the JPL, even though he died, giving so much attention here for the side of Absolute Zero and resources as well just to pick him off. it's still worth it, man. It's still worth it for Flash SG, for JPL to sacrifice himself.
I really
Space
like the itemization coming from JPL as well, right? Because we are looking at a Sicilian. In the early stages of the game, you don't expect too much damage. Of course, if you keep on being hit by the bad impact, it starts to add up, right? So initially, just don't get hit. So the main problem when it comes down to being a lead roam is that there are 3 players that deals a lot of physical damage in terms of skills. There's the Phobius, there's the Lucas, and not to forget even the Brody when it comes down to torn apart memory. So most tanks normally just opt for half building, you know, the chop suey of different items, such as the Dreadnought armor, the robe, and essentially just the Dom Ice's black shield.
Correct.
So normally that's the way to go. But JPL decided to pick up Anticuras right off the bat because it's 3 physical damage dealer, and in fact it's skill damage. So it makes very good sense. I do like that direction.
And it's really difficult at this moment in time here to burst down the rest of MPL SG, Flash SG rather. And look at how the side of Flash SG is just zoning out everyone here. But you mentioned, of course, the composition coming in from Absolute Zero. They do have the scaling potential here, especially Fuji here on the Sicilian. But the question is, when is that timer will Absolute Zero going to pop off here in this game? But without such map control we are seeing here against Flash SG is really difficult here for them. They must find a way, or at least a miracle play here to bounce back.
Now, the good thing is that when it comes down to a Lucas, he kind of skills all around the game. Mid stages of the game, he's pretty naughty as well, right? Naughty, I mean nutty. He's pretty nutty as well, right? So by that point in time, in the mid stages of the game, he would have the what was that called again? Crap, the one that speeds you up if you attack. But hold on a second, as we do have a really good Lantern Flare. Actually putting Rapidude in the top spot, but at least it does have the Circling Eagle away.
Okay, just trying to go back already here, but still Flash SG continues the siege here at this moment. Will they be able to force a team fight? Look at Ken just taking away the attention as well, and Hades just poking them outside.
It's pretty painful, but it's not something that Absolute Zero can't deal with. Now, you asked about their power spike. At least all around the clock, I think that they can deal with a lot of these pressure, but the real power spike really comes in when Bougie gets all the stacks that he needs, and of course the items. This is roughly at about 17 minutes in when it starts to be a lot more painful, and of course 20 minutes in, yeah, it just goes crazy from that point onwards.
Yeah, but it takes too long there, Abstract. It takes too long. And the Flash SG, they don't want that thing to happen indeed. And just like this, the non-stop aggression, non-stop siege, auto turrets being secured already. Absolute Zero, the only thing they can do is just to hunker down here and reach for the power spike here into this game. But Flash SG, non-stop, not resting a little bit here, still invading as well the jungle area here against Absolute Zero. JPL?
I think that he's gonna be fine.
Okay.
Or maybe for Curtizi. Crimson Beacon himself right out of there.
Okay.
Do not want to deal with Absolute Zero at all.
Yeah, I thought he's going to commit that Raging Sandstorm there with the flanking maneuver, but I guess not. Just playing it safe for now. And remember, Flash SG just needs another win here to proceed right now into this game. But Absolute Zero, they're converging here to the middle lane.
Okay. Buji was slightly out of position, but he's going to be fine for now. The Raging Sandstorm from JPL is going to be committed just to get himself right out of dodge. While in the meantime, we've got Buji's positioning, gets himself in a tough spot, but never mind, as Absolute Zero fought back and taken down Ken. Okay,
Ken will respond under 30 seconds. That's a good timing for the Lord respawn time as well. So at least Flash SG can manage on that casualty here for the side of Ken, but they can go for the split push. I do love here how they transition right now, but look at the damage, the itemizations right now for the side of Salas. They do have damage. You have DHS here, you have the Malefic Gun as well. This puts a punch already here.
Oh, never mind. Circling Eagle plus that Lucas just gonna be jumping right in the face of Hades, but fortunately not quite enough to bring him down at all. Hades brings down Rapidude. As such, 2% down from the side of Absolute Zero. All 3 members just runs away. Vendetta had to expend the flicker, but JPL! Oh, the quick standing guard slows them down! Who would have thunk?
I did not expect that one.
Oh my god!
This just... Okay, look at this replay here. It was initiated first by Absolute Zero, but no damage whatsoever has been dealt upon by Flash SG. The counter punch hits so hard. 3-man down here against the side for Absolute Zero.
That is big brain. I know that when it comes down to skills, it literally says slow people down in a quicksand guard. But everyone thinks of it as a healing opportunity.
Correct.
You won't just cut in the lanes and specifically say like, okay, this is a normal play. I will go in there and I will just heal myself.
Wow.
No one would do that.
That was one of the perfect situation and how to utilize the quicksand guard.
How well JPL knows his heroes, right?
Man.
I cannot stress this enough. I play Khalid a lot of times before, but it has never crossed my mind that, okay, I got this opportunity, I go past them, I quick send guard so that the rest of my team can follow up. No way in hell am I gonna think that. The first thing I think of is I got Desert Tornado to deal the damage.
Speaking of damage here, it is still going to be Absolute Zero trying to fend off this siege, but look at the damage that Flash SG is dealing here and to the back lines. A 4v5!
That is such a classic Naruto versus Sasuke fight. Sasuke won against Naruto and then recalls in his face. Oh my goodness. This is a repeat of what we would have seen in the Naruto sequel. But hold on a second, as we do have all of the T3 turrets destroyed.
Single siege, 3 inhibitor turrets gone. Flash SG here is now looking to end this game. So Hades right now, we've seen the interaction between these two, right? So I mean, Flash SG here is just perfectly going to have this game into their way. Absolute Zero, on the other hand, we're now reaching the 14-minute mark with this composition. We've mentioned a while ago, late game composition. Will it be enough though? Because there's no targets anymore here for the side of Absolute Zero. It's going to be easy for Flash SG to initiate team fights as well as pressure the lanes. Absolute Zero is looking for a pick-off here, but it's really difficult without the cross-map play heroes or the mobility unless they have to rely for Rapidot here, and they have been spotted.
Give them 3 more minutes and they will be able to do magic, as we do have got a Sanguine Claws that managed to land onto Hades, and such he's going to go down right after the immortality has been popped. But the rest of the members coming from the side of the Flash SG with JPL as well as Ken pushes the Rapidude as well as the last away. So this is going to be a fight that is split into 2. Vendetta taken down by the hands of Vanix, but in the meantime, None focuses himself right into Vanix and Ken. Not quite enough to do anything, as such both of them will go down, leaving Salas as well as Rapidude all alone. But that's a very aggressive play coming in from the Rapidude. But hey! The guiding wind brings Salas away, as such now they have to defend their core against JPL and Vanix. Rapidude pulling the creeps a little bit further away, but that's not quite enough for them.